All right, we're doing this again, and this time, ignore what's happening behind me. Don't focus on that, we're doing a thing. But we're doing this now. So, a lot of you online over the past couple days have been like, Jesse, you gotta check out the new trailer, dude. You gotta check out the new Digital Circus trailer, dude. It's amazing. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll do it. The easiest ask you've ever had. Great. Let's jump into it, shall we? Digital Circus Episode 7 trailer. Boy howdy, get ready for a fun beach adventure on December 12th. Ooh, that's close. Oh, you might get back to back with this depending on when this comes out. Okay, yeah, let's do this.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, it's time to soak in the sun as everyone has...
First off, right away, I know we just started and I already paused, but have you ever known a thing so deep in your core that you're just like, I know deep in my core that the internet is going to be real weird about this episode. All of this, going to be real weird about it. With that said, have fun. All right, anyway, speaking of weird, I'm here for it to get weird, because you know it's going to happen. Also, I paused on this screen with Ragatha and Pomni laying there, and I didn't realize there's kind of like a big sunflower or something, like shadow, or maybe the beach got a tan itself and did one of those fancy tans that like makes a symbol. You know, spring break 2025, baby. All right, let's go back to the beginning.
To soak in the sun as everyone has a fun-filled day at the beach.
I was gonna pause on Kinger, and instead I paused, and now I'm weirded out. Did I just unlock the Matrix? What just happened here? I don't know what I've just discovered. Y'all, does this mean something, or am I in... Okay, really quickly, I wanted to go to Kinger, because I was like, oh, that's cute. Kinger's bathing suit is really just a tube. Like a sack, but with the bottom ripped out. Anyway, doesn't matter, because what ended up happening is I paused too late. Is that a face? I can't tell if that's important or if the static effect they're using is from like a TV show or something, and that's just like a TV show face that doesn't matter at all. But also, is that a face? Hold on, from the top. I thought this was gonna be a quick watch through. Oh boy, okay.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, it's time to soak in the sun as everyone has a fun-filled day at the beach.
Oh, it's the dude. Okay, it's our NPC that may or may not be very important. I think I had a theory, maybe it was Gummy Goo. I read a theory online that was related to the frog lady. I think the internet determined, or at least it was said that like that was like a little frog girl. I don't know. Could be all sorts of things. No clue. I love this. Give me the mystery.
On the next episode of the
Damn it, now I gotta look. Now I gotta look and see if there's anything in that artifacting. Okay, no, there is not. So it might just be, but then why was there a face in the first one? Was that purposeful? Or, oh, no, don't get caught up in it, Cox.
Amazing Digital Circus, it's time to soak in the sun.
Oh, that's fun. They're doing it.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, it's time to...
I love this. All right, let's just let it play.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus... On the next episode... It's time.
I think I found the way to leave.
You know what's jarring about that? That's Kinger's voice.
I think I found the way to leave.
Again, kind of going with the theory that maybe Kinger is the one who knows the most. And even though he's kind of is absolutely the one who can get them out of there. You know what? Seems like we got something going on here. Let's go back. I want to go through these static images and see if I can find any more, because that clearly was a face. Like, I'm not crazy, right? Right? Right after they show Caine's office door, which, by the way, I have a lot of thoughts on that, but let's hard focus on some of this other stuff first. I can't tell at like 29 seconds, I can't tell if those are numbers that say 999 or if that means nothing. But then over on the side is a woman's face. On the left side is a woman's face, but that's not in all of them. A lot of the static is just nothing. Okay, all right, sure. When you're at the shot where he's kind of like peering from behind the rock, the NPC guy, it flashes to white, and then in the background there's just Caine. Maybe the NPC has to do with Caine in some way? And then as it restarts and says the next episode, it gives us this bizarre looking purple circle of doom, like some sort of void, and it keeps doing it. We keep flashing back to that. As it goes through these scenes in a hurry, it keeps flashing us back over, and then it shows us the door. And then it's like, it's time, the door, and then the door starts to open. We get this weird paint can with keys in it, but it's like a lot of keys. And then at 38-ish seconds is another face. I can't tell if it's the same woman's face or a different woman's face. I don't know, but that's interesting too. I mean, there's so many implications, even if it's not anything associated with the show, if it's just like static that was pulled from like a free archive of weird static effects, and that's just in there. Using that very specific clip has a reason, right? And then we get some absolutely trippy visuals. The door is opening again, more trippy visuals. And then after this weird Slender Man looking NPC moment where he's smiling, there's a static effect. Another person on the side, kind of. Although I can't tell who that is, but kind of looks like they have a Jack Black beard. You know what I'm saying? Like a big poofy one. I know that's probably not it, but it's kind of what it looks like. And then Jax's door opens slowly and we get another face. There's so many things in the static. I just don't know. It's absolutely wild, that's for sure. At 41 seconds, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it kind of looks like someone elongated the E.T. alien from that old crappy E.T. game everyone talks about and then just put eyes on him. But then just made it black and white. I don't know. Don't know why that's what I saw, but that's what I saw. Also, is this making me lose my voice? What is happening right now? I'm overwhelmed by this. That was a deep dive, but I do have some overall thoughts. I think it's interesting that it's a beach episode because the implication is, and maybe this is just because this is what they kind of tried to do with Dawntrail and Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know that they did it well, but they tried to do it. And the idea of it's a beach episode, everything's fine, nothing goes wrong at the beach, things are cool, right? And then in that, they're gonna put in some crazy stuff, right? That's what I think this episode is. And I think what's interesting is when you think of video game dev, because they do a lot of video game stuff in this game. They do a lot of like fun video game devy things. I called it a game, but I guess it's the game that they're playing in the show. But in the show game, they do a lot of things that are like, I too play video games. And I think what's interesting about an ocean or sea or beach day episode is that when you think of level design, a lot of the time the ocean is a border. When you jump in the water, if you play a single player game or whatever, you jump in the water, sometimes you can't even go in it. Sometimes you can only swim out so far. Sometimes, if you're playing Elden Ring, for example, you walk in the water, then fall in a pit of eternal hell and disappear from reality. Or other times, if you're playing an MMO, for example, one of my favorite old like World of Warcraft things was that you could swim underwater at one point and then find a giant kraken out in the ocean. It was like, what's that doing there? What's that about? You could find weird underwater things that was kind of like the devs expected no one to go down there. And that's something that happens frequently. It's kind of like this edge of the world. And I wonder if that's gonna come into play here, this edge of the world thing. There's a door, they're at the beach. Like that's super interesting. Also, everything else is pretty vague except for Caine's office door. I don't know what this iconography means, but I know it means something, right? Like the sun is above the office. You have a blue door with 1 star. You have this red door that has 1 star, little star, moon. Like those are placed there. Maybe it's a Harlequin kind of aesthetic, maybe like a ringmaster thing. I guess that checks out, but like there's a reason behind the way things are on the door, right? Everything has intention in this show, it appears. So feels like something, but again, I don't have enough knowledge. I'm sure there's deep dives on the internet where people are like, actually, this is a thing and this is a thing.
Is this box right here? Is that the box from FNAF 4?
And I haven't watched those because I don't want to get too spoiled. Like we've done with some trailers in the past where we've gone into a deep dive. I don't necessarily want to do that, but if you want to in the comments talk about it, please, by all means. I'll try not to spoil myself, but I feel like this is something, I just don't know what it is. I will say, overall, this trailer was put together really well. It's exactly how I would want yes, it's just a beach episode. Everything's fine. Nothing's weird. The weird thing is, from the start of this to now, I've lost my voice. I don't know what's happening. They don't want me to speak out, man. All right, well, I'm excited. On the 12th, huh? So that's what? Friday? Look forward to it next week. Not too old for this.